Hey everyone, I'm Nick and welcome to the channel. In this video, we're going to check out the 70mai A800S dashcam and we're going to unbox it and test it out. So let's get started. So this is a dual dashcam with the 4K front camera and an optional rear 1080p camera. Packaging is quite nice. The foil accents are a nice touch. Now let's see what's included. Here we have some paperwork, manuals, installation films. These are electrostatic stickers. They can help install the camera. Customer service card, user manual, some more stickers for the rear camera, and a quick start guide. We have the camera itself right here. So the front camera will angle because every windshield has a different slope, so you want to have it oriented the right way. So this allows you to have, if you have a steep windshield or a sloping windshield, you can get the camera pointed in the right direction. We've got an AV in plug, power plug, which is USB-C, a micro SD card slot, a power button, and on the bottom, 4 different buttons. It looks like an LED indicator right here as well. We also have the rear camera right here. Same thing, this one will pivot to adjust for the angle. It's got an adhesive strip here. A little 4-pin plug. And in this box, we have all the wiring. So we have a couple spare adhesive pads here. And if you're wondering how the camera mounts, it's with this. So this will stick to the windshield and it will slot on like this. So this actually allows you to leave the pad in place on the windshield, but remove the camera if you need to. Here we go. Also included, we have a 12-volt adapter with 2 USB ports. The red one is for the camera. The black one is for anything else you want, so you could charge your phone or use another device that needs power. We've got the power cable for the camera, so USB-A to the red port here, and USB-C will plug into power right here. And then this very long cable here is for the rear camera. So this side will plug into the AV in port here, like this. And this other side has the 4-pin plug, and that will plug in right here. There you go. And so you really get a lot of length here. So you'll be able to run this from the front camera to the rear windshield or wherever you want to install this. And we also have a nice trim tool with rounded edges to help you tuck your wires away. And the finish on it is really nice, so I don't have any concerns about scratching any trim when I use this. Now, also included in the shipment, I got a CPL filter, which is a circular polarizing lens. So what this allows you to do is actually adjust the polarization. You just slot it onto the lens here. And if you have any reflections that are affecting your video quality, you can just turn it and adjust until you get the best image. So this has got little branding right on the edge too. And I also got this in the shipment, which is a Hardwire kit. So you can just run it off of a 12-volt socket, but with this kit you could also hardwire the camera to your car so it can have power all the time and record even when the car is off. So it's got 12-volt power, switched power, and ground right here. Now the way to use these would be to tap into the fuses in one of your fuse boxes. You'd use a ground, common ground that could be a chassis bolt, something like that. ACC is going to be connected to a fuse that is only powered when the key is on, and VCC Plus would go to a fuse that has 12 volts all the time. Now, where to connect these will depend a lot on the car you have, but it's nice to have a hardwire option if you want to have power to the camera when the car is off. But we're going to be focusing on the 12-volt power for the test. And before we go install it, let's peel this off. And here you can see the screen. Now that we've seen everything that's included with the A800S camera, let's go install it in a car and then see it in action. Alright, so we're gonna test this dash cam in my 2009 Range Rover Sport. So we're in the Range Rover, and we're gonna install the camera right here. But to do that, the first thing I'm gonna do is actually plug it in. So we'll take our power cable, plug this into a 12-volt socket, plug it in right here. And actually, while we're here, we'll also add a micro SD card. I'm using a 64 gig card. That's gonna go in right here. There we go. Let's do our initial setup here. See what each button does is labeled above the button. So we're gonna choose English. Got some info on the indicator light, which is right here. So green is recording, blue is not in recording mode, and red is error. So right now we're not recording. Turn our screen on and off. Press and hold to power off. And now we'll set the time and date.
Please format SD card.
Format the SD card.
Formatting succeeded.
All right, and now we can use this to position the camera. So we'll go through all the settings later. So I'm going to use the film, installation film. There's actually a reference for where to center it, but we'll place that right here. Peel the adhesive backing off and start planning the alignment. So we want this to look onto the hood. And we'll line that on here. There we go. And that is a good spot. Now let's get the rear camera set up. I'm gonna start by plugging it in here. This is gonna go upwards here.
Start recording.
Now the button here switched to the rear camera. Switch to the rear camera here. We can see we're gonna have to mount it like this. So let's get that in the trunk and mount it up. Now for this wiring, we can just tuck it into the headliner. It'll depend on your car. You can use mounting clips if you want. And then we will also need to tuck it into the seals in here. So when you run this, you can tuck it into the trim and then into the seals. So it's nice and hidden away like this. So, you're gonna have to adjust it depending on your car, but that is the kind of thing you can do to keep it out of the way. And for this, you can also use the included trim tool to help tuck the wires away. So you can keep going, tuck it into the trim, into the seals, and all the way to the trunk, so we can mount the camera on the rear window. And there we go, it's installed on the rear window. Here's footage from the front camera during the day, and it's recorded in 4K. And this is the rear, which is recorded in 1080p. As you can see, both cameras give a good field of view. I went for another drive after dark, and here's what that looks like from the front camera. And from the rear camera. The Sony Starvis camera sensor can also compensate for low light, which is extra useful if you plan to use the parking modes. Alright, now let's take a tour of the interface. So let's put a barrier behind it so it doesn't go out of focus. We've got a microphone.
Audio recording is on.
Got a microphone toggle.
Audio recording is off.
Then this button will do...
Start recording emergency video.
It'll lock a clip, so if something happens, you can just press that second button and it'll prevent the file from being overwritten. So if someone cuts you off or something like that, you don't want the file to be deleted or something crazy happens in front of you, just press that button and it'll save the video. Because the way this works is it will record video clips, and when the micro SD card is full, it'll delete the oldest one. But if your oldest one is a locked clip, it won't delete it ever. Then we have the third button, which will let you enter the gallery so you can check out clips. So we've got normal videos, emergency videos, parking surveillance, time lapses, and photos. And then our last button over here is settings. So you got video settings. So emergency video can have high sensitivity, so if it detects an impact, it will lock the clip automatically. Parking surveillance you can turn on or off. That depends if you have the Hardwire kit or not. Time-lapse recording you can also toggle on or off, but that is with parking mode. You can change the video clip duration, so right now it's 1 minute, but you can also have 2 or 3 minutes. Your storage options, high compression ratio, low compression ratio, or video resolution. So right now we're recording at 4K, which is 3840 by 2160, but you can also drop it down if you wanted to. Refresh rate, and speed and GPS coordinates toggle. We also have system settings like Wi-Fi, audio recording, ADAS, speaker volume, parking settings, system time, system language, and date format. Also format the memory card and factory reset. There's also the app download, system update, and about. So let's go download the app. You can scan the QR code to find the app on your phone. And I actually have it installed already. So let's get that set up and connected. So I'll set up an account. Once you're logged in, get that set up. Hit add device. We're looking for the A800S right here. Make sure our Dashcam hotspot is on. Yep, there we go. We'll connect to the camera's Wi-Fi, and that is shown on the camera right here.
To confirm button to authorize.
And you hit the check mark on the camera, and there we go. So we can go to album here, see our normal video. Well, we did lock a couple of videos earlier because it was detecting the movements. So we have a couple here. So it's gonna download it over Wi-Fi from the camera and you can watch it here. And alternatively, you could pull the micro SD card out and connect it to your computer. Here you can click through. And same thing, if you have the rear camera connected, it will be in here as well. Then our settings, just like in the camera, you can adjust the settings from the app. There you go. So it's very convenient that that's included as well. And that's the 70mai A800S Dashcam. It's a great option if you need a front and rear camera. It's easy to install, and the optional hardwiring kit gives you a lot of flexibility if you need monitoring for your car when the car's parked. I want to say a big thank you to 70mai for sending me this to review, and if you want to get one for yourself, I'll leave links in the video description. If this video helped you out, don't forget to leave a like and to hype the video because that really helps me out. And if you have any questions, let me know down in the comments. If you want to see more videos like this, or you want to watch me work on cars, be sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.